Good evening, lords and ladies. DJ CraigE with my amazing co-host, Infernal Ming, Xiao, Clementine Wu, for the Behind the Fang podcast, with our first lycanthrope ever, Reaper Troublesome Wolf. Welcome.
It's an honor.
Welcome, Lord Reaper. Hello to all the community.
Yes, it is Friday. And the full moon is
Fantastic
upon
Friday.
us, so this is perfect.
It's a great night to interview a lycanthrope.
Okay. So, our first question, as always, Infernal Ming, you want to take it?
Yes, love to. Lord Reaper, we want to know, who's your daddy?
Well, it would have to be my actual mother, Celeste.
Oh.
Celestial B. I can never pronounce her new last name now.
Lady Celeste.
Lady Celeste, yes.
Yep.
Very knowledgeable. One of
Do you
my
have a
first
story
teachers.
about your turning that you'd like to tell?
Well, I've known my mother for, it's maybe going on 3 years now. And when I first met her, it was from my now daughter, Catalina. She introduced me, and for a whole year, they were, her and Wicked were trying to get me into the system and learn about it. And after a whole year, here I am.
They finally got to twist your
All
rubber
right.
paw, huh?
Yep.
I hear.
Aw.
Well, that's awesome. Okay. Well, tell us about, how was your first blood or your first hunter feeding? How did that go?
It was quite interesting. My mother, after the ceremony, took me out to, I believe it was a store. You know, a lot of people standing around looking at hair or heads.
Oh, yes.
And I just stand there and, okay, move a little closer, and I just watch that meter go as it, ticks away, and I was so afraid to go on Ravage. So, the first few humans were on Gentle the whole entire time.
Oh, goodness. Me too. I was so scared. I know the feeling. I was like, oh, I don't want to kill him.
Oh, yeah, and then there was another vampire, I don't remember who their name, they were there, they were watching me, just getting in my box, like, wow, you were taking forever. I was rumbled in silence about it.
Oh, I bet they're probably like, oh, he must be new. He doesn't want to ravage yet.
Yep.
Aw, you boys are so gentle. I just savagely ripped right into them. Leading up to our next question, Lord Reaper, your fang banging, your first confrontation, your first experience with combat with another vampire or lycanthrope.
My first one, well, in our tribe we have a tradition called the Trial of the Blood Moon, sorry. And what that does is that a bunch of our family members hop on a newly matured lycanthrope, and we go after them for, mine was 20 minutes, 3 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And that's just to help us learn how that feeling of fighting and invading felt like. I was actually the first one. It started off as a joke, and then I kind of made it sound a little bit better than a royal gangbang, I think, or gangbang fang bang, I believe that was what it was originally called.
Oh, neat. I like that.
It's a good way to learn, too, though.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And now,
Take the shock and fear right out of you if you get that done
yep.
right away.
Yep, and a few people in our bloodline have actually adapted to it. Changed the name, obviously, but it's a good teaching of how to fight and evade and show that it's not too bad when that little scroll rolls out and shows that you were attacked.
Yeah.
I actually totally adapted that myself for my newcomers around their 31-day mark. I tend to do the same thing, catch them unexpected and give them a run for their money. Basically, like you said, give them a little confidence to know when that scroll pops up, it's not the end of the world. Fight back.
Oh yeah, that's how I have taught how to fight. Throw them into the river, and they'll learn how to swim eventually.
Yes, that's exactly it, and I love that quote.
That's it, sink or swim.
Yep.
So were you born a lycanthrope into the system, or did you start off like us all with a pair of fangs and a dream?
Well, I at the start I tried the vampire RP for a bit, and it never really truly fit with me, and I just started shape-shifting into wolves, bears, and imp, which was always fun. And it just, after a while, I was like, I don't think I'm a vampire. It was like a month or two. I was like, no, I'm more, what's the word am I looking for? Predatorial.
Yes.
Than some. So.
Going back to the nature.
Yeah. In a sense, I guess I've always truly been a lycanthrope, even from the beginning.
Okay, primal.
Some more primal. Yeah, primal. So your character evolved and yeah, that's awesome. Okay, well, so do you see a different dynamic between a vampire role and a lycanthrope role? And how do you think the Slayers will fit in if they ever come about?
From where we left off, I think it's a bit different. No offense to you two, but we're not so proper where we have our meetings in suits and
proper.
We kind of are more laid back and let our fur hang out, if you will. And I think along with the lycanthropes, I think the Slayers will bring a interesting story, an interesting chapter to this great game we're all a part of. Another twist in the cogs, if you will.
For sure. I've always wanted to meet Blade,
I think it's going to be interesting because what do you feel right now about vampires and lycans? Do you feel like the dynamic is basically traditional, like they are at war with one another, or how do you see it?
I see some people seeing it as like a war between the lycanthropes and the vampires, and there are some who want to coexist. That they want... They've had families who are lycanthrope and vampire, and a lot of them don't want to be at war with their mother or their grandmother or their grandfather, father. It's
yeah.
It can go either way. It all depends on the person's RP.
That's very true, and I guess it would all depend on the clan and pack of vampires and lycans
tribe.
itself.
You called it a tribe. I think you called it a tribe.
Yes, a tribe. Tribe is the equivalent to a clan.
Oh, that is very good to know. So I guess it would depend on the tribe / the clan too, as well, on how they want to incorporate lycanthropes in their RP. And I always plan to be totally... I would hopefully in one day have a tribe in my clan one day. That would be very awesome. It would be good to see a united front, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
coexist. Yeah.
So can you tell us about some, like, activities, for example, like, what happens at the tavern or the lichen moots?
Well, at the moment, we just have RP and kind of understand one another of how we RP with each other, how each character kind of coexists, if you will. So
yes.
we just kind of sit back, have a short little chat for those who aren't like me, who are more talkative than me.
Oh, definitely. So more so laying the foundation right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's really cool.
Sounds exciting. You guys have story time and stuff there at the tavern, don't you?
Yeah. When, before, Arch led's retirement, every month, we would, call it over there and have stories and tell our stories of our own triumphs and backstory, and Ledge would also share his as well. And he is a fantastic storyteller.
Oh, yeah. I heard that about him. Well, that sounds exciting. Are you guys going to pick that back up again, or is that still going on?
Yeah, we are trying to get more lycanthropes active in coming over and telling stories and RPing.
Okay. Well, hopefully people will be listening in the community to this and want to go and participate.
Oh, yes.
Yes, definitely.
Tasha Fang is another one that really goes out and riles all of us up to come over and have a chat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. Well, it does sound exciting.
Oh, yes.
That's really good. That instant, the motivator, right?
Yep.
That's awesome.
So then, Lord Reaper, what do you see in the future for the lycanthrope race?
Oh, that's a loaded one.
I always get the loaded questions. Right, Craig?
I give her the fun ones.
I see. I see us being able to separate from the vampires and be our own entity more than just in an RP sense. Being able to run around and claw and gnaw on humans and vampires and other lichens alike, and have our own style of meetings and councils. I see that it will bring a new, just like with the Slayers, a new entry in the great story our stories has written so many years ago.
Definitely, and it gives a huge dynamic for a lot of people to, expand their characters. For example, like you did, starting off vampire and like, maybe I want to try out, the lycanthrope RP.
Yeah, so it gives players a lot of different options. So that sounds dangerous and exciting. Looking forward to that.
Oh, yes.
It really does. I'll make sure I save a lot of the big femur bones, Hopefully bribery. So awesome.
Well, that's how you got him to do the podcast today, right, Craig?
Yeah, I owe him a really, really rare elk.
Yeah, you do.
Well, that's awesome, Lord Reaper. I have a question. Are there any, parting words for new and upcoming lycanthropes in the community, or people thinking about it, for example, words of encouragement or advice?
I would say explore what you know. If there is a lore out there that is not of a vampire lore, that's more like I'm Norse, there's skinwalkers and werewolves, and even, I believe if memory serves correctly, there is one person who RPs as a relative to the Killer Bunny in Monty Python.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Whatever species or whatever lore that intrigues you, explore it, learn of it, and make it yours. Because at the end of the day, that there is the only person who can tell you how to RP as either a vampire or a lycanthrope, and it's you.
Those are some strong
That's
words,
so true.
and very true. Embrace it and make it your own, that's for sure.
Yep.
Well, you gotta enjoy what you're doing, that's for sure.
Oh, yes.
Well, that's awesome. And I gotta say, it's been a real honor to have you with us. Our first lycanthrope on the show. And
Yes.
definitely an alpha.
It was fun and very educational on my end as well.
Oh, definitely. And we hope to have you back again, Lord Reaper. Hopefully
Yes.
sooner than later, that's for sure.
And hopefully maybe pick up some members for your tribe, maybe some people in the community that's listening right now that, are thinking about lycanthrope. It's more appealing to them. Maybe they can reach out to you and ask questions and get involved and see if that's the proper place for them.
Oh, yes. There are a few of us floating around that can also answer the questions as well if I'm not around.
Definitely. And the full moon is coming, so.
Oh, yes.
Well, it has really been an honor, Lord Reaper, to have you with us tonight. And we hope to have you again very soon.
It has been an honor. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'm going to give you some mead because I know that's your favorite. And Craig, you pass him the bone, huh?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That's a wrap. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And good night to all the community.